Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And returning to the show for the first time in too damn long, it's our friend
Quincy Johnson II. How you guys
What's
doing?
up, man? It's great to
Good
see
to be
you.
back in the woods.
Yeah, hell yeah. Welcome back.
Oh, you got the Mountain Dew Black? Are we going going WWE?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's start with our ungodly concoction. A couple weeks ago, we were watching the Royal Rumble, Sam and I, and some various ne'er-do-wells that we hang out with, and they had a very special match on that Royal Rumble. It was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
That's how you get it checked, ladies and gentlemen.
And it was the first time I'd ever seen where they projected the Mountain Dew logo in the ring.
Yeah.
Like usually
genius.
WWE doesn't, they'll go with like branded stuff. They won't go that far, but it was.
No, you will go that far when Daddy needs a new boat. I'm sorry,
innovate.
when Daddy needs a new settlement. 'Cause,
Yeah,
Vince,
exactly.
Vince got some things going on
I was about
behind
to
the
say,
scenes.
yeah,
so.
when you have to pay off several interns for
Yeah.
sexual harassment
You
allegations.
sell your soul a little bit just to get that payday.
Yeah. And I was talking to Sam about this earlier. I seem to remember Mountain Dew Pitch Black when it came through in like the mid 2000s, but I have no recollection of what it tastes like. All I remember is that there was a very hard internet push for this to come back maybe like 4 years ago.
Oh, no, this is gonna be terrible.
Well, that's the thing. It was a long time ago. They missed their moment, and now it's back. And you're like, it's done.
Oh, no, they didn't miss their moment. It's just whatever berries they need to concoct this bullshit take 4 years to genetically engineer. So when you start the push, it's like, get them in the lab.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to grow the Frankenberries.
Can we put Bray Wyatt on ice just for 2 more years? Is there any way?
Here's my take. There was never a moment for Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Yeah,
or
there
whatever
was
the fuck.
there was
this is.
28 people on Twitter who were like, I want it.
Did anyone else just have the same realization? It's like, oh, this is turning my poos bright green.
Right. Well, that's the other thing.
Is that Ecto Cooler?
Huh? Oh no, it's anytime they have this like black food coloring for whatever, there is a reaction that happens.
It's unsettling. You
yeah.
think like you're like radioactive the first time you do it.
Okay, well, you're about to be.
I think they use that same food coloring in Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they do. They
It's
do.
Kool-Aid. Famously, when they had the Halloween Whopper with the black bun,
That's right.
it was that same thing. Whatever that X ingredient, we have our chemist who listens, Dr. Andy Vandy, listening in the Empire State. What the hell are we drinking, Andy?
Shouts out to Andy Van.
Okay,
I mean-
so here's the deal. I've had this already.
Oh yeah, Sam.
It's not black. It's not black.
No, it's a purple.
It's purple,
Oh,
and when you pour it out, you're gonna notice how purple it is
On Black
and you're
History
gonna
Month, too.
and
Wow.
imagine.
I didn't even think.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black History Month.
Yeah,
We just took the black out of Pitch Black on Black History Month.
WWE presents 2 white guys wrestling on Mountain Dew Pitch Black History Month.
Well, we can't put 2 black guys in the Pitch Black. First of all, Vince, because that was Vince's first idea. Let's just be honest.
Sure, of
We've
course.
got Bobby Lashley. We've got one of the 2 Street Profits. We can do 2 black guys in the Pitch Black.
I mean, hey, yeah, absolutely.
Vince, we can't do. We can do 2 black guys.
And we should say for people listening, if you didn't watch the Royal Rumble, they didn't say what it was going to be. They were just like, it's going to be a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, and we were all like,
And
"Fuck's that
that's
going
all
to be?"
they build for like 3 weeks on SmackDown.
And it turned out to be Cosmic Bowling. I don't know if y'all
Cosmic Wrestling.
if you ever went to the skate rink on
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic Night or
Many a
bowling.
birthday. Many a birthday.
Where they put on the black lights and they have the neon stars. It was just that.
I like body paints in Vegas. So,
Yeah,
you know, look.
yeah. The body paint was kind of cool.
it was everything about it was cool.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. People were shitting on it.
What drugs were you guys on while watching the Rumble? Was it mushrooms, weed? Okay.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
I don't even watch that much wrestling. So
Yeah.
when I was watching, I was like, this is fun and different. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. But you said you've already sampled this.
Yeah, I mean, it's purple and it's a soda. You guys know what purple soda
Purple
tastes
drank. I'm ready. Let's
Yeah.
go. We're back
It's
to
gonna
Black
taste-
History Month.
it's gonna
I'm ready.
like. Disappointingly
Let's go.
like you expect a purple soda to taste like.
Oh, man.
Oh god.
Because I was expecting something. Is
it similar to Grapico? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's very grape flavored.
Okay, don't put it near the equipment. We don't want that. We won't get no pitch black
Right.
on the sound.
Again, this is a bottle, so this
On
won't
the
be
ones
nearly
and
as
twos.
exciting.
You got that?
Right.
Might be old by the way that popped.
Oh, this was from the Vons in Pasadena. The good Vons.
Oh yeah, the good Vons.
It has a nice purple lacquer on it. Shouts out to Prince. Purple Rain in your cup.
So this is not going to turn anyone's intestines any sort of color they don't want. You've already been conditioned.
We'll see.
by
Here's my
poison.
only question: is this Fear Factor, and did I sign up for Fear Factor when I your text?
I
Because-
mean,
We got to get
I
a
don't know.
working waiver going before.
yeah.
Can I
yeah.
just see the container? Because I
yeah,
have
of
to be iffy about ingredients. 'Cause I don't want to dying
course.
on air.
Oh, I'm sure it's awful in there.
Oh no, there's contains 0% juice. Thank you for putting that on there to let me know exactly what I'm putting.
I'd
in
be
my
shocked
body.
if there was juice in there. It'd be weird if it was like, this one has some.
Okay, this is wild. It's black. Here we go.
All right, let's
I'm
sample.
sorry. Cheers, gentlemen. Health, wealth, and green poops.
Not Mountain
tastes
Dewy
purple.
enough. Not
You-
Mountain Dewy enough.
You know, oh my God.
It tastes like blue,
I'm
kinda.
so mad at Mountain Dew.
yeah.
I know exactly what this is.
What
Have
is
you
it?
ever been to this is Trash Can Punch.
It's grape
grenades.
soda.
This no,
grape
it's
soda.
not grape soda. This is grape soda with tropical fruit concentrate and like orange concentrate and lemon juice all
Yeah.
thrown in there. So you don't have to make the mix anymore. You just need to dump the Everclear in here.
It's Hunch Punch. It's,
Take a drink of this and think about it with like the back end of a malt liquor and like a cheap vodka, a svodka.
yeah. Svedka,
A
Mr.
Svedka.
Boston.
Mountain
Yeah,
Dew's a
aristocrat.
mixer, technically.
This is Trash Can Punch. This is kid ready Trash Can Punch. Shouts out to Mountain Dew.
They,
They are for the streets.
I was about to say, they know what the people want. You know?
Yeah.
This is what people, specifically teenage children.
You go to any college campus and you see that trash can, and Mountain Dew's like, how do we get in there? That's what the kids are drinking.
yeah.
They have scouts on every college campus. The Mountain Dew people.
Oh, you know they do.
Oh,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's the thing is that you would think they're doing it to advertise to kids on WWE, but you look in that audiences or the Royal Rumble, all adults. So
Yeah, well,
they know
this is playing to like
they're-
30-year-olds is like nostalgia.
Who
Yeah.
drinks Mountain Dew still?
Well, this is the thing. That's the beauty of the WWE. It's always been for adults watching in person and children watching at home.
Right.
That's the beauty of Vince McMahon's psychology. He wanted it to be sexy women and big swole dudes to keep the men in the audience excited. And the women, like Ric Flair keeping the women excited in the audience. But then kids watching at home are like, ooh, these guys are fucking superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Right,
of course,
right.
yeah.
No man can just put on a fur coat and just wink at women and get them. Ric Flair can. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that disconnect is what makes the WWE beautiful.
I think that's really astute. It's like a Sunday morning cartoons or something. It's like G.I. Joe's, like to a kid. That's totally how it affected me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and then going there, going as a kid, it was kind of overwhelming. I mean, it was super fun.
Yeah.
I'd imagine going as an adult now would be fun. I haven't been since I was like,
Yeah. Oh,
kid.
it is. And you know, to your point, it is people my age and children, and that's it. There's nothing in between.
As it should be.
yeah, it's
The
old.
way God intended.
I've seen some old people.
Oh yeah. I mean, you will get some old people, and that is their demographic. That's the funniest thing about the WWE is it is like it does appear to be a children's show. According to every Nielsen rating of all time, it's like people 50 and up is like by far their biggest demographic. So
I gotta
See the
say,
legends come back.
this Mountain Dew Pitch Black is good.
it's good. Do you like it?
I kind of like it
I
the
don't-
most
Where'd
out
you
of
drop
anything.
out of college?
UA, dude, Alabama, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why that taste hit you so good.
Punch.
Yeah.
Drink, bitch.
I know it does taste like I'm extremely toxic, but I don't know. I like it. I like it tastes blue.
very blue.
Maybe I have a shitty palate
Which
from
is
smoking.
what's happening in your insides right now.
Yeah.
The blues giving
The
way to
blue,
purple to green.
That's how you battle COVID.
Yeah.
You do black. Pitch
It's
black
reacting to all the vaccines.
pitch black coronavirus.
When you said trash can punch, where I grew up, we call that hunch punch or
Okay.
jungle juice. I initially thought you meant the little juice that comes in the little barrels.
Okay, yeah.
Or we call them grenades. You know, they drink after baseball, and that kind of reminds me of the grape flavor of those too.
Yeah,
a
but that's
little bit.
also. But again, in the trash can punch, if you got a bunch of those grenades
yeah.
laying around, guess what's going in the trash can punch today?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
grenades. Whatever's available, people.
Including the plastic.
Yeah.
Throw everything in there.
Yeah. No, you poke holes in the plastic and let it steep like tea.
Well, no, because then you want it to float, and then it's like that's presentation when you put fruit in there.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sports, we had the Pro Bowl this weekend. Sam has sent me a clip that we need to talk about. What do we got?
So the Pro Bowl is traditionally no one has interest in it because they're not going to actually play. It's more about the accolades for the players. They'll get more money in their career, be able to negotiate for bigger contracts and stuff. It's great for them.
It seems like a video game concept almost, where it's like, what if we had the most badass players on just two teams? Kind of a thing.
Definitely.
But then the hype is.
But
whatever.
everyone in this has already not going to the Super Bowl. They're thinking about next season. They're not going to play to get hurt or anything like that.
It's like an exhibition fight.
So this year they cut the field down to 50 yards. They played flag football. It was whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Did everybody get a participation trophy?
Yeah. They all got some money.
Tickets better be like $20.
Wait.
It's just like, you want to watch us practice?
Is it really 50 yards? That's insane.
Yeah.
That's like when they do NASCAR at the LA Coliseum, and it's just like them driving around a parking lot, basically.
Yeah, it's also like, I understand them not wanting to get hurt before like a real game, but it's also like you can't run the length of the field.
Yeah.
Like, I also don't want to be tired.
Yeah, for $9 million a year, motherfucker.
I think that's flag football regulation. Like they had to go through the flag football authority in order to put this game on television. The flag football people were very upset.
That guy put on his clip-on tie and he was like, "Today is the day I get to tell people how flag football is truly played."
I am from the NFFL.
No, the NFL was they wanted to change a bunch of the rules, and their flag football people were upset about it. They were. They allowed the center to take a knee because they were doing it like they do walkthroughs. They were playing flag football like walkthroughs, and the flag football people were like, "That's not real flag football. You're doing it wrong."
The center in the flag football in the pro game snaps the ball and just takes a knee. Doesn't guard anyone.
I gotta say,
because there's rules about you can't blitz, except for you get like 2 blitzes.
As a kid who was forced to play a lot of flag football,
Forced.
Same.
Flag football is the enemy of the fat child.
Well, yeah.
It's all about speed.
It's all about speed. It's not about just being a brick shit house.
Unless you're a brick shit house with wiggle, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
They think they got a target, but you're fucking giving them the shimmy.
Trying to get my flag. I dare you.
So
He's got it tucked in a fold. It's stuck in there. It's hard to pull.
So basically, they've made all these adjustments to the Pro Bowl to try to be fun, and now they've added a skills competition similar to kind of like the NBA All-Star Weekend kind of stuff, to just like show off the skills of the players or whatever. And instead of they can't do a dunk competition, of course, but they're doing a trick catch contest.
Ooh,
which on paper sounds great. On paper, sounds great. There's a little trampoline next to like a foam crash pad. They jump in the air. They do a little move. They catch the ball.
Just have them play basketball.
That'd
you know
be
what? That's more
interesting,
interesting than whatever this is about to be.
So it's a pose off?
Kinda,
It's a completion pose off.
Yeah.
This could be great. This is aerial acrobatics.
I'm gonna get my flare card for next year.
It is aerial acrobatics in theory. And they have a thing like the NBA has done where they get to bring in a prop for a section. You know, in the NBA, players have brought in like a car on the court and jumped over the car, or they bring out the mascot and like jump over something like that. You know,
I brought in one of the big foam triangles from Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I'm excited.
Props.
So here's Stephon Diggs, one of the premier NFL wide receivers. Some would say one of the best in the league.
Okay.
And this is him doing his prop attempt.
Before we start, can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Were the athletes allowed to create their own catches?
I think so.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty.
These people have CTE and they're coming up with creative things. This is going to be art, man. This is going to be a Warhol painting.
It is. It so is.
All right, we'll put this on our Twitter @TheGoodSpot so people can see it.
He's brought out the cheerleaders.
Is he jumping over the cheerleaders?
Seems like
He might
Trevor
be
Lawrence
catching
is
2 footballs.
throwing.
He catching 2 balls? He catching 2 footballs?
He's catching 2 footballs over cheerleaders with cheeks out.
You gotta catch one of them.
Yes.
They do get I don't know if it's in the YouTube video, but on the live broadcast, they really stuck
The
the camera
suspense is
up
building
next
here
to the
in the stadium.
cheerleaders.
Oh, of course they did. Thank you, cameraman. You do great work.
They're like,
Those,
we
those
really
guys
need to
on the field are the real heroes, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't use Snoop.
Let's go, team. Oh, yeah.
So look at
The
this.
judges-
Down there with goggles on.
They can't be using
There's so
Is
much
he
hype.
gonna
Look,
catch
here
him?
they go. That's the shot I'm
Ruse
talking
the
about.
cheerleader.
Look at him behind us.
Wait.
So look at this. It's about to be the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
Why is he blindfolded?
So
I just
Why
saw him
is
with
he
a little
blindfolded?
mask over his
is he
eyes.
blindfolded or is he wearing like a little like Robin
Lady.
He's just got a
domino
little
mask?
It's just a little
false
mask.
advertising by me. Here he goes. Woo! Oh,
And he missed it?
That's was his idea, was to get the cheerleaders, get them to step to the
Can we pause
side.
that for a second?
He has a couple more attempts. He's allowed to do it a couple more times because clearly that was not the intended thing.
Look, I realize it's a different sport. This would be way funnier if they made football players play hockey or basketball or another sport
Wait,
than
this-
whatever this is.
This clip lasts forever.
That's the thing. I thought about sending it to Rivers just as him attempting it, but the funny part is all the build up to him just kind of hop bouncing just
Yeah.
straight up in the air.
I mean,
Not
what were
even
those,
diving forward. Not
like
in what-
Spider-Man
Can we-
things he put on his.
Yeah, he was wearing like
let's just
like a
give a
domino
second
mask.
to the genius of Mr. Stefan Diggs.
Yeah.
They had rehearsal for this.
yeah.
Because
Before-
they have pyro. I don't know what you even call that. They have a little steam.
They have a fog
yeah, they were-
machine.
Fog
like a-
machine.
We
yeah.
had
lights on
effects.
it.
We're gonna have effects. This
Yeah.
is the Pro Bowl, baby.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Just so we know exactly what happened during rehearsal, Stefan made sure that all the best cheerleaders in attendance were a part of his sketch.
Probably handpicked.
Well, and the best part is
Handpicked. Yes, the Pro Bowl. if you will.
so you know those breakdance guys on Venice Beach where their big climaxes they'll jump over like 12 people.
Yes.
I thought that's what he was going to do, but no, he just
Yeah.
wanted the cheerleaders to be flanking him on
He
both.
wanted to get a sniff of cheeks.
Yeah.
He got to put on his little special mask.
Sniff of cheeks.
Got to put his look at he's down there. Look at the smile.
and you can keep it going.
he puts on his face.
Keep it going because they let him do several more attempts
Why?
because that wasn't technically good.
yeah,
if you
yeah.
see the replay, it's
do
fair.
it
He
again?
caught it.
I mean, that was
Does he want to do it again? He caught it. In the NFL, that would be a catch.
Yeah, no,
In
that's
a game,
complete.
that would be an amazing catch.
But like, what is? I mean, he just jumps once on the trampoline and catches, but like that's
Straight
it.
up in the air. Straight up in the air. Doesn't even try to like dive forward or anything. Barely.
Okay, but here this
And
is
so they let him do it again, but everyone already knows what it is.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
second time he does it, the pass doesn't go where he wants it. He drops one of the balls. And once you know what it is, it makes it so much worse. It's like, wait, you're gonna try to do this uninteresting thing again?
Yeah.
yeah, because I get to put my mask on behind cheeks.
Yeah, and get another cheek whip.
Look,
yeah.
look. One more time. Oh, he didn't even kneel down this time.
He looks so defeated.
an artist.
He's like,
knows this
okay,
isn't gonna
okay.
work.
I got it. Yeah.
because in his mind, this was supposed to be so spectacular.
Yeah.
This was like a grand open. This was his art.
Is this the first time they've done this?
Yes, it is.
This has to be.
This is genuinely so stupid. Like
I need the third time he ruins it again.
like a home run derby, I guess.
And okay, look who the judges are right here. They have Snoop Dogg
Okay.
as a judge.
Sure.
And then they have Pete Davidson,
Pete
of
Davidson
course.
was judge.
And then I think the third
Pete
one is
Davidson.
LaDainian Tomlinson, I think.
Honestly, yes, he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. What was the weed
And
budget
here-
on this?
Wait, and the scores. 70 from Snoop.
Pete Davidson has the moment of moments, guys. We all
we gotta hear
aspire
it?
to this.
I knew Pete was going to go 69.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Someone got hired for a writer's room for that.
Yeah,
gig.
I was gonna say.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you could hear it on this. The crowd erupts in laughter. He kills. He
kills with the
Guys,
69.
guys,
Yeah.
have you never done a cruise ship? All you have to do is adult knock jokes and those drunk bastards. This is the NFL. All those people are inebriated, children included.
Oh, and the upper deck of the stand is so sparsely populated. I was like, I kind of want to go to one of the. I'll watch some ridiculous shit like that.
Some high level flag football during the Super Bowl. You're in Arizona anyway. You might as well.
So they do
Las
it.
Vegas.
Oh, I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask. I was like, surely they're not
Oh,
doing
you're
this.
in Vegas. All those people are drunk.
They're definitely drunk.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those tickets were papered for sure at a casino. They were just like, "Hey, listen, you're too drunk to be at the slots, but would you like to see some guy
Actually, there are slots at the
jump onto a pad?"
It's like you're not going to get physically hurt doing this before the game, but emotionally, you might have something to prove after this.
I think this whole segment kind of points to what you said. This is a guy with CTE trying to be creative.
That was his art. That was his art.
And we forget that football players are kind of cringy idiots off the field. They're not like, it's not like they're fucking out here getting deep. And
in a
shit.
couple years, you're going to have a dude doing a flip off the trampoline. You're going to have guys going back to Ocho Cinco style.
That's the sad part is they did have that.
Do you think the panel of judges needed like a Simon Cowell, like the harsh one in the judges?
I think that's supposed to be LT, but he's nice.
Yeah.
They're all like, you know what, guys, we're having fun here.
Exactly. We're not going to give you a 0, even though that was nothing. But that's the thing is like they put him last because he's such a big receiver, such a big name. And what he does is jump through a little fog machine next to some cheerleaders.
Yeah, as like Quincy was saying, I don't see the point in the cheerleaders other than
I see the point. ladies, we need to rehearse multiple days. Come to my room. Let's get this order together. Let's go by height. Come on, hang out.
these dresses need
By
to
the way, I'm a millionaire. Let's go grit some wine while we talk about rehearsal. What are you guys thinking? How's your hair? How's your makeup? Let's talk. Let's chat.
By the way, as long as we're talking Ladarian Tomlinson, we do have to acknowledge the best song ever made by a athlete, which is LT's Slide, Electric Slide.
Oh, man.
No, must be the money. How dare you disrespect and say the best of all time?
Have y'all seen this?
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Dude, this is, by the way, not in the 80s, as it sounds like. This is, I think, from the early 2000s. Fucking...
They played this during every game, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
This was a huge hit in San Diego.
Fuck yeah.
To play the game every Sunday, yo, it's all the same. I do my dance.
That effect on his vocals.
If you go to live sports, the shit they play on the video screen to get people pumped up during the game is way worse than this. It's way worse.
No, I'm here to praise LT. This is great shit.
That effect on his vocals where it sounds like he's in like a can or something.
Yeah, the vocoder.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like when you do a keyboard duster. Everyone's voice sounds like that.
Or you get hit in the head a lot.
Right, sure.
Yeah. Your head sounds like a
That
cathedral.
was his Cupid shuffle, guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love that.
Stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Babies were born because of that slide.
That's true. My favorite part is where the instructions would be for like dance steps. He goes, "Now read the defense." And you're like, I can't do that at home.
That's how you cha-cha, y'all.
Yeah.
Cha-cha real smooth.
Because that's when you're reading the defense. Your cha-cha.
Yeah. Oh God. What would be a way to make the Pro Bowl more interesting? Because clearly this is their attempt at, as you said, at like a dunk contest.
Clones.
You have to fight yourself.
No, they can go destroy each other because the real ones.
Oh, battle bots.
Everyone else is like toweling themselves off, but the clones are full contact.
We don't want our $1 million athletes to risk themselves for a Pro Bowl game, but that clone.
Yeah.
That applehead, put that applehead out there, no helmet. Let them go helmet to head to head.
Bring back the leather helmets. Yeah.
Add some gravitas to this SAG After Awards version of football.
This is the Cable Ace Awards.
The Cable Ace Awards, yeah.
At best.
I think the
Kids' choice.
The thing to do would be more skills for all the specific positions. Do skills type tests. They had them running an obstacle course at one point, kind of like American Gladiator style.
See, that's
American
better.
That was fun. Somebody I was watching with suggested a touchdown celebration dance.
A dance contest. Yes.
Ooh, no, you need to combine America's love for obstacle courses with the NFL and American Ninja Warrior. Shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They didn't have them doing anything too crazy because it is like they don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah, sure.
Well, no,
but it was fun.
Do it wipeout style.
Uh-huh.
Where like
there's a pit of water.
those drills where running backs have to lay on their back and then jump up and pick a hole.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they have to do that, but it's coming at them, and there's a pool behind them. If
Yeah.
they get hit, they fall in the water.
yeah. Well, we could put on the field, let's say, a hidden temple, perhaps.
Ooh.
And, yes, they could run
Or-
through,
Or,
run through
you know,
temple
with all the
guards.
songs and stuff, do like an American Idol style,
American
like who has that song.
Singing content, karaoke. Like, there's so many more interesting things than just jumping on a pad.
This year they made Eli Manning and Peyton Manning the coaches for the NFC and AFC to try to create some sort of storyline between the brothers.
Well, they carried the NFL this season with their podcast. So,
Yeah.
with their broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
and that's another interesting thing they should be doing. And also more Nickelodeon simulcasts with have you seen those?
Or they're showing this on Nickelodeon.
They will project like GAC and stuff on the screen with computer graphics when they score a touchdown or something.
Because Viacom is out of idea.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cable is dead as Dillinger. And
I was about to say who was that for, but I'm like, actually, it's for us, guys. It's for people in their mid to late 30s. This is who that's for.
It's for those apple-headed kids in Alabama,
Yeah.
Texas, and Mississippi
Yeah.
who we still love, but they won't pay attention to nothing unless it's going splat for 40 seconds.
Right. Yeah. You know what
right.
would go really great with this game is Nickelodeon Floam. Give me some Floam to put in my hand.
there's just way too much Floam made back in like 1997. It's like we still have to move this shit.
Yeah.
Like, there are warehouses full of it.
Yeah.
It is a hazard to the surrounding environment.
Let's make the players struggle through a pool of Floam to get to the other side of the field.
Why
They
not?
can add obstacles. It's that time.
Yeah.
These guys
Yeah.
are at the peak of human conditioning. We need to add a new layer to bring the game to the next level.
I mean, yeah.
American Ninja Warrior style, like as opposed to just having like some sous chef from Kansas, like have like the professional athlete. I mean, they're not going to get hurt too bad, right?
Ooh, you just said a magic word.
What's that?
Chef. Make
Chef?
them cook.
Like beat Bobby Flay.
Just do Iron Chef or Hell's Kitchen or whatever at the end.
Yeah.
You can't give all these CTE guys knives and fire to play with.
Well, no, that's the challenge. You have to cook with a spork like you're in prison.
Yeah.
So
They give you ramen
think you
noodles.
can prison hibachi, huh?
They give you ramen noodles in hot hands, and you're like, figure this out.
Yeah, I think the only way to save it is more dunk contest style things. I don't know. Get rid of that damn trampoline. I don't know what
They-
purpose that serves.
They shouldn't have a game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah, it just
a good
shouldn't
point.
exist. But if they're gonna do it, make it more
If they
fun.
really wanted to make it interesting, just let the players play Madden against like professional video game players and live
Twitch.
stream it.
There you go.
Because people watch that shit all the time anyway.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, all right. Round 1, they play the best Madden players of all time, and then round 2, the Madden players have to get out and like stop them from running across the.
And
Block
then
one kick,
you
yeah.
thought that was the end. Out comes Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
The greatest mind of all, and he jacks in directly into his neck, and you got to play a cerebral cortex in a game of football.
He gets into his matrix goop pod.
Fucking, this is the way it should be.
He shaves his head and his eyebrows and gets a Keanu Reeves style in his matrix pod.
So yeah, I don't know if you want to watch a really weird sports segment. That
I was gonna say, is the viewership down on this? I'm sure people just watch it because they're.
I saw it on the NFL Network, so if they're showing it on that, then yeah, no one's watching this
If
shit.
Peyton and Eli were involved, it was on ESPN.
Other than that, it was on the little TVs at the gas pumps. That's where this gets shown.
Yeah.
I have a story I'd like to share. This comes from mirror.co.uk. Baltazar Lemos is a 60-year-old man who lives in Sao Paulo, Brazil. As an experienced ceremonialist, a sort of master of ceremonies for various kinds of events, Lemos claims that he has conducted 889 funerals. Baltazar was saddened recently when he conducted a funeral service in which only 2 mourners showed up. And
Tough crowd.
It's hard. I mean, hey, I've hosted shows with Les. I understand.
And that's sadder because you're a live person.
I know, right?
It's like I understand not wanting to see a corpse because who cares? And it's a person like I want to entertain you, and they're like, "Fuck no."
But as a guy who throws funerals, aren't funerals the worst bringers? Because you really find out who's got pull in this.
Well, that's right.
It's weird to get happy when a lot of people show up.
Wow, this guy really was out.
Okay. So he's kind of bummed out. Only a couple people there. The sadness was so profound that it got Balthazar thinking, which it's always bad when you start thinking. How many of his friends and family would come to pay their respects and bid him farewell when he died?
That's such a fucking anxiety thing to think about. If I died, would people cry?
How many?
Is that a Bob Dylan song?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's blood on the tracks. Yeah. How many of his so-called friends and family would actually bother to turn up at his funeral? That's when Balthazar came up with a plan.
He killed himself.
Oh, if only.
But on top of a treasure chest.
On January 9th, Balthazar posted a photo on Facebook of himself outside of the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo. The next day, someone posted an ominous message on his social media announcing, quote, "At the beginning of this sad afternoon, Balthazar Lemos left us. More information coming soon." Lemos's friends and family were stunned by the announcement, as no one had even known he'd been ill. One of his nephews rushed to the hospital to ask about him, but the staff had no record of him ever being there in the last couple of days. But nonetheless, as Balthazar's online friends shared the tragic news of his passing, people started paying their respects in the comments and asking about the cause of death, but no explanation was given. The service was going to take place at the Vatican Chapel in Balthazar's hometown of Curitiba on January 18th. Turns out his 890th funeral is going to be his own.
Even if he gets what he wants. He's like, thank you all so much for. He scares the shit out of everybody.
You really do. Yeah. And there is a video of this, and unfortunately, it is in Portuguese. If there's anyone listening that speaks Portuguese, if I could send it to you and get a transcript, I would love that. But I got some of it from the news story. The video of the funeral shows a crowd of tearful mourners in the back of an altar on a low stage covered in wreaths and floral tributes. A recording of Balthazar's voice begins playing over the PA system as the deceased started recounting his life. So they walk in and it's just a guy just being like, "I was born 60 years ago." And they're like,
if you're
"Wow."
hearing this, I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, isn't it weird? He recorded himself saying all this shit. So mourners began dabbing tears from their eyes with handkerchiefs as this would be the last time they ever heard the voice of Balthazar.
Okay.
Just then, the curtain behind the floral arrangements.
Like, what, are you going to hiding the rest of your life if this is successful? I mean, like,
oh no! The curtain behind the floral arrangements begins to rise. The double doors behind the altar opens, and a figure emerges, wearing a
like a pro wrestling style intro.
No, dude,
fog machine.
Literally,
it's the Stefan Diggs.
This is
red and blue.
where
parts of a sea of cheerleaders.
Wearing a bizarre silver hoodie over his face. The man.
Wait, it's Kanye West.
Silver hoodie.
It is a hoodie made of glitter that he's wearing.
He went to a Ye concert and was inspired. I get it. I've been there. I would have loved to get a hoodie made of chainmail. He found one. Shout out to Sao Paulo guy. Balthazar.
So he's wearing the hoodie over his face. The man suddenly throws back his glittery hood and reveals himself as Balthazar to an astonished crowd.
What? Yeah.
So he
astonished or disappointed.
And so he starts speaking, and this is part of the speech. "I've performed 889 farewell ceremonies, and at some ceremonies there were 2 people. At others, there were 500 people. I wanted to know who would come to mine. I sent out an invite to my 60th birthday party on January 29th, and 600 people confirmed. What they don't know is that the real party is happening today." So he threw a surprise birthday party for himself at his own funeral.
Wow.
Which is fucking a great way to just lock in people that'll for sure come to your birthday party.
I love everything about that story.
It's the best.
So I mean, so I guess like if you do enough funerals, you just start to develop a bit of ego. It's like I am the one who leads people through to the great beyond.
Yeah. You're the oarsman on the river Styx.
You definitely need to be going to therapy to be around that much death all the time.
Yeah, and you really hate like bombing a funeral.
Yeah. What's funny is he's not just a funeral director. He's called a ceremonialist. So he does bar mitzvahs and birthdays and all kinds of crazy.
Brisses, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he do a lot of
flipped
brisses
the
in
saddest
Brazil?
day of their lives to the best party.
That's
of
what he
their
thought.
lives.
That's for sure what he thought he was doing.
This glitter hoodie.
That shit was turned up. You got a glitter hoodie on. Let's go. You know it's a party. You see the balloons out front? The balloons out front.
He said
it's going down.
He says, yeah, what they don't know is that the real party is actually happening today. 60 years celebrated in 60 minutes. The mourners, however, were not impressed. One man named Pedro did not mince words when he told the local media, quote, "I really want to kill him. You don't do that. Like, I like this bastard a lot, but you don't play that kind of joke." I love that quote. I like this old son of a bitch, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Well, no, if he's 60, that means his friends you can't play with their hearts. You
I
can't
know.
play with- they're very sensitive. He thought he lost his old friend.
Like an eighth of his friends.
Yeah.
Right there.
Well,
And then, like, it'll be boy cries wolf situation where when he does die, two people will show up and they'll be considered suckers for falling for it again.
bingo. He is locked down
Now-
the perfect example of irony where it's like, yeah, you're now assured to have no one come. You have made yourself Elden
What are
Rigby.
you talking about? That party was amazing. if he dies again and I don't show up and it's another party and I miss it, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to every one of his funerals.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. Yeah, you go to his parties, but you make sure you tell people where you're going because he's a little off.
It's also like, those people who really, really care about what happens to their body after they die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
He definitely falls into this category.
This is another friend said, "I almost had a heart attack. When I see him, the first thing I'll do is give him a slap on the face if I don't smash a bottle on his head." So okay,
But not kill him.
no, just maim him terribly.
But that's a bottle of Cristal that you got at the funeral after party, my friend. Turn up. Turn the fuck up.
It is like the best birthday party is your own funeral.
Another friend, Rosalia, was similarly scathing, telling local media, "I didn't like it. I felt very rough. Like many others, I had a panic attack. Joking about death is very serious," and he crossed a line. An event planner that used to work with Baltazar said, quote, "I've known him since 2001. I thought the story was horrible. I spent one day sad and the other indignant. For me, he died on the 17th when I found out about everything. This was a bad idea."
Oh, man. Is it like-
Make new friends.
Fuck. Find friends that support the vision.
yeah, with better senses of humor.
Yeah. You don't have the party grind set that I have to make the most fantastic party of all time with my glitter hoodie.
Life is death, and it's a celebration. Like that's the grind set you have to have.
60 years young, still turned.
I would be sad, or I'd be pissed off for like a day, and then be like, "That's a pretty funny."
I know, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'd just be like, "What? I took off work for this." It's like, "Well, I took off work." He's not dead.
Yeah, this is better
Your
than work.
friends ask you, "Are you okay? I heard you went to a funeral." My friend faked his own death. He was actually at the funeral hanging out.
Let's just go back to the original setup.
Yeah.
It's just a picture of him in front of the hospital, like, I am hospital now.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a GoFundMe before? I mean, they're all fake as fuck. Just a guy with a broken leg, and they're like, "Yeah, I think I'm dying forever."
So I twisted my ankle skateboarding, and
Shouts
guys,
out to George Santos. You know?
Oh, yeah.
The GoFundMe God.
And now the Spider-Man turn off the dark producer.
Man, he's
hear about
done
that
it
one?
all.
no.
That's the new twist.
He's done it all.
He told a bunch of people he was a producer on Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark on Broadway.
There's like
And I was like, people were grievously harmed during that. That's not one you want to say Rent or fucking West
Again,
Side
He
Story.
is a quintessential New York scammer.
I know. Long Island scams.
We elected Donald Trump as president, you didn't think a grimy scammer wasn't gonna get in Congress?
Yeah.
Very true.
Free lunches and a pension? Let me get that. Who do I have to be? George, Alistair, whatever name you give me, bruh.
So all these people are pissed at Lemos. He claimed that he had not used the word death in his social media post technically, but instead had spoken of a farewell. So he's an actually guy.
And he is a stickler for the words.
Yeah.
Language is important.
Quote, I had the idea 5 months ago. I wanted to make it look like I really died. People interpreted it in their own way. The truth is, I wanted to know who would come to my wake. I didn't tell anyone because I hoped it would work out. You're like, what? What did you think was the best possible outcome for this?
No one would show up, and then he would be like, fuck, I got all this tuna salad for nothing.
That's true. Yeah. No one shows up, so he can just be, and then he pretend to be a spooky ghost and haunt them.
Pack up and move, man. You ain't got no friends. Fuck, you died. Nobody showed up. Get out of here.
At the end of his,
take both barrels out of your mouth, and you're like, what if no one shows up though? I better check this first before I go through with it.
At the end of his farewell speech, Lemos told the assembled crowd, "Be happy, enjoy life." A smattering of applause followed the speech.
That's the true message.
And afterwards, the party began in a celebration of his 60th birthday. I'm like, almost everyone left.
Was there cake?
This was him and his grandmother in a wheelchair who physically couldn't leave, sitting around eating fucking cake. Just every one of your friends.
You said almost. Did someone stay?
So
you know some folks.
the video
For sure. Got to.
the video cuts off right after he says, "Be happy, enjoy life." So I couldn't see, but what the party looked like. But I have to imagine it's.
This man got his 60th birthday on the news. Yeah, that's a good party.
Oh yeah,
Didn't get any gifts though.
yeah.
He forgot.
Oh no, he got a gift. He got the satisfaction of fucking all those people up. As a 60-year-old, old men are dicks. Like that's just what they do. They love doing dickish stuff. Like I made all those people come to my fake funeral, fucking asshole.
Maybe now they'll respect me.
But in Portuguese,
Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it got me thinking. I do want my funeral to be as funny as possible. Like I would, if I could do this somehow, like have an impersonator kind of a thing, not a fake funeral necessarily, but gotta have something funny happening.
You're gonna have a dead body, a body double. You're gonna kill a homeless guy and shave his face like you. Have an imposter funeral.
He's like cut. He's like really. He's really. He's really.
He has a silver hoodie.
The old
It's
drifter
me.
funeral.
Yeah. Maybe the way to make it funny is to make it like overly serious. Like if you're like a goofy guy in real life.
Yeah, that's true.
And you just like have these like real, like almost like, American Gothic style, pictures of yourself, and you blow up whatever you did to like epic proportions.
But yeah, a bunch of lies. That's the fun. I mean, the
Yeah.
Royal Tenenbaum thing. He died saving a battleship full of orphans.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hire crisis actors.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. No, I was just thinking more along the lines of like pneumatics. Like put some pneumatics under my body so my arm moves a little bit, shit like that. Just spooky, scary things.
Outdated trends at your funeral. Have a flash mob there.
Ooh, a flash mob, and they're all got Furbies or something. Oh man, well, yeah. Shout out to Baltazar in Brazil.
We wish we could have made it to your party. It sounded fun. Your friends need all to develop.
I mean, I would kill to go to a funeral where the guy was still alive. I mean, that's like the funny. I mean,
People do that.
Yeah.
They do living funerals. That's a thing.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. No, but it has to be a thing where everyone thinks you're dead. It's not as funny if everyone knows that it's like a, kind of a...
The ultimate surprise party.
The ultimate surprise party. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Nah,
Jesus.
people think you a zombie. In open carry state, you're going to get shot.
Yeah.
If people really think you dead and you pop up like, I'm back. Like,
Yeah.
We unloading on that. That ain't in a church too? Nah, that ain't what Jesus wants.
Yeah.
Kill the brain. He's got the Last of Us mushrooms in his head.
Yeah. He's got the adaptogens. We have a segment on the show called Top 3. Our listeners write into us at The Goods Pod with their top 3 list they wish us to populate. So we're going to do a couple of these right now. First up, shout out to the Magic City Saint at J. Michael McCall. Wants to know top 3 comedy films of the 2010s.
Okay.
So with this one, this is kind of hard because...
Dude, when I was looking at you know how people are always like, they don't make comedy movies anymore. They don't make comedy. This is why. This whole fucking decade is why.
Yeah.
There is dog shit comedies out. I'm talking Sausage Party. I'm talking Hot Tub Time Machine. I'm talking Bridesmaids.
Whoa,
I'm talking
are we hating
Girls
on
Trip.
Bridesmaids?
I kind of like Bridesmaids.
I was going to say, I like the Smaids.
This is the end. Oh my God. I'm just going through 22 Jump Street. They didn't stop at one.
So
21 though.
So basically, the rise of Aziz Ansari, Jonah Hill,
Uncle Drew.
Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen, like their rise to fame is also the death of cinematic comedy.
Yeah.
Here's what I think happened.
They made too much and it ruined comedy for everyone.
I think what happened is that editing kind of I think there are some very good comedies from the 2010s. You gotta do a little digging.
Yeah, no, I found some.
But I think that
Deadpool.
it has to be in like the script. It can't just be like letting actors just like improv forever and then just like leaving these huge, like making these big 2.5 hour movies where it's just like actors improving lines. Like have it in the script. Like that's what makes it funny.
93 minutes.
Yeah, like Airplane or like
fucking Tommy Boy. All the best comedies are 93 minutes or whatever.
Heavily scripted. Even if they're derivative and generic, they're funny and they're they move.
That's the problem with all these comedies is they're fucking generic as hell. Even the one you could consider the good ones are easily forgettable.
Yeah, well that's why I liked this question, because I was like, this is actually kind of fucking hard because every comedy movie they just got wrapped up into comic book movies. So the funny movie, the quote unquote funny movies now are Marvel movies generally. You know, that's where you get your comedies from fucking Thor or from Ant-Man or whatever.
Emoji Movie.
The Emoji Movie. Yes. Hey, Patrick Stewart's gonna play poop.
When did the Angry Birds movie come out?
It seems like those all just came out the same summer. It's 2015 in my head, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Or they're all like comedy dramas or something like that.
That too. Yeah. There's dramedies and then there's superhero movies and then the straight comedies. It's like there's not a lot. I came up with a couple of honorable mentions, but I'll hold off on them in case these are all in y'all's top 3. So I'll go with my number 3. I came up with The Nice Guys. Oh, with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe.
Also my number 3.
Is it really?
Yeah,
it's fucking incredible.
Love it. So, Ryan Gosling is hilarious in it.
Yeah.
Like he's so good at it. I thought Russell Crowe was going to walk away with it, but he's the best part. Like,
oh God, when Russell Crowe breaks his arm and the scream that he does is one of the funniest things ever. Just that awful.
It's the movie Shane Black's been trying to make for.
And then they let him do The Predators, and then that was it. That's the last movie he made. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is a shame because goddamn, that movie is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it rules.
My number 2, I reference this film all the time, and I don't think anyone's seen it because. Granted, the SNL sketch that it's based on is annoying. The MacGruber movie is fucking...
That's 2010?
So funny.
2010s, yeah.
2010, directed by Jorma Taccone from The Lonely Island. If people like the Andy Samberg kind of thing, and I suspect one of his films is going to come up on at least somebody's list, but I decided to stick up for that one. I was talking about the Ben Shapiro produced film Terror on the Prairie on a podcast with my friends Alexis and Ian from The Violet Wanderers, and brought up the fact that there is a scene where Nick Searcy, who plays the villain, talks about why he's mad at Cowboy Cerrone, who plays the supposed to be hero. And he lays out this awful story where Cowboy Cerrone like killed his daughter. And it was like, it reminds me of Dieter von Kuntz's reason for wanting to kill MacGruber. And you hear it and you're like, yeah, actually he should kill you for that. That's the worst thing I've ever heard. So anyway, MacGruber's number 2, and my number 1 referenced him a minute ago in his role as a superhero movie director, but I have to say Taika Waititi's Hunt for the Wilder People. That's my number 1 of the whole decade. Sam Neill and Julian Dennison fucking destroy that movie.
Yeah. And it's kind of a comedy drama, kind of like an adventure movie, but
I would say it's as much of a comedy drama as like classic comedies from the 80s. It's got that, just got a lot of heart to it, which is the thing that people are kind of afraid of now. So they call shit like that. They're like, oh, it's a dramedy, and it's like, dude, if you watch like
one of the main stars is a kid too. So
yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
One of the funniest kids I've ever seen, and he's he's great. So yeah, that's my top 3: Nice Guys, MacGruber, Hunt for the Wilder People.
I'll go through mine real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to move Nice Guys up to number 2, but number 3 is Grand Budapest Hotel.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I thought it's people forget it's like a comedy, but it's one of Wes Anderson's funniest movies. Ray Fiennes, one of his best leading men in it. It's, I think, the only worthwhile movie he made since Royal Tenenbaums, but like Grand Budapest is great.
I'm a big Life Aquatic apologist, but that's 2005.
Yeah. Number 1. Who I've already talked about Nice Guys.
Yeah.
Number 1 with a bullet, dude. Popstar. It's so funny, dude.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
my
like
honorable mentions.
Oh my god, it is like
Never stop.
never stopping, dude.
Yep.
It's so funny. I mean, like it's like
Deer meat, bitch.
I mean, Seal gets attacked by wolves.
Oh
and
man,
it's a
the robot
throwaway
head
joke.
thing. I mean, it's like a million jokes. Like it's got like about an 80% hit rate of them being funny.
Yeah,
and it's like,
which is a good thing.
Yeah, well,
that means they're taking a shitload of chances.
They're taking a shitload of chances. It's edited efficiently. It's got like that kind of like manic, like Airplane Naked Gun sort of thing going on.
There's too many jokes in it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's overstuffed with jokes.
Oh, it's a treasure trove of jokes. I love Popstar number 1 comedy of the 2010s. Honorable mention 21 Jump Street though. I watched it in theaters and thinking it was going to suck, and it was really funny.
Oh yeah. I mean that's kind of that crew in the 2010s at least. That is kind of the better one. Quincy, what do you got?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was high when I read your message, so I only thought it was from the year 2010.
Oh.
That's a great year because I got Scott Pilgrim. I got Red with the comic book movie Red.
Oh, with
Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman,
yeah, that fucking thing. And then my third movie for 2010 was Hot Tub Time Machine because that movie was so fucking stupid. You could just get drunk or high because this was 2010. This was when I was a fucking degenerate. You could just watch that movie.
Yeah.
And just lose time and not give a shit.
That is one of the first times I remember seeing a trailer for something and being like, I can't believe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's so irreverent. It's just like, we got in the hot tub and we went back in time.
Yeah.
And you're my dad. Yeah, of course that's the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Goofy as shit.
Yeah.
And it's got like that 80s kind of sentiment where it's like, it's just like a bunch of dudes, like a bunch of wacky guys hanging out. The concept is like
at a ski lodge.
Yeah.
And Carter's in it.
Yes. I'm in it. Seth Pomeroy's in it.
Yeah. That's right. Oh my God. Yeah.
And Craig
you have
Robinson.
to fight each other if you're in the same room.
Yeah, me and Clark Duke. Yeah. He gets told he looks like me.
Yeah.
You goddamn right he does.
The fucking A, dude. That's not true.
What do you got, Sam?
Well, number 1 with a bullet, Little Fockers. We all love it. We all love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Number 2.
We finally get to see if they can milk him.
The 40-minute milking of Robert De Niro sequences.
They attach the little Fockers to Robert De Niro's nipples.
Oh yeah.
Do you know how much that check was for those nipple clamps?
I had to do so much.
Bobby D, we can get you $5 million if you put these you let us put these nipple clamps in the script.
We'll get you $6 million if you take your shirt off and
You know
fight
what I
Sylvester Stallone next
You
week.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go. Pay me. That's what Hollywood
Little
comes down
fuckers.
to. Pay me.
That's right.
And then, of course, you got to go with Ted.
Ted,
the bear, the curse,
The bear movie.
Seth MacFarlane. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg,
That
Seth
was a
MacFarlane.
comedy opus.
It was.
It's about to be a TV show.
Of course it is.
Ted TV,
They're making it into a TV show. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
right? I mean, hey, Seth MacFarlane fans
Chucky
will
is
watch
a
it.
TV show.
That's right. Yeah, it is a TV show now.
Why wouldn't I want a Teddy Ruxpin with a fucking sailor's mouth? Let's put that on TV. Let's see what happens. Alf was popular for a while. Let's remake Alf.
We're in a weird transitional period as a country too. That shit might work like gangbusters. You never
Nothing
know.
matters on television anymore. They once Fear Factor was the number one number one show on television, we jumped the shark as a society.
Right.
There are people who went to school for writing and directing and acting, and they are putting together Law and Order after fucking Law and Order. But people would rather see you eat a ball from a bull ball. Like, oh, he's gonna chew it. He's gonna put it in his mouth. Oh, best show on television.
What else you got, Sam?
We could say Despicable Me, The Minions.
Okay, yeah, I mean, probably the most influential fucking comedy.
Lego movie. There's
That
a lot
movie-
of good children's movies.
Oh, actually, Lego Batman was fucking way funnier than it had
I
any
heard
right to
that.
be.
Yeah, it was actually good.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
In the Lego movie, though, there is a weird montage of Will Ferrell building Legos with his son that is played so sincerely, like it's like a commercial for Legos. That took me.
Wait, the real Will Ferrell?
the real Will Ferrell.
I've never seen that one. Okay.
There's a part, not spoiler alert, sorry, but like there's a part where like the Chris Pratt Lego guy makes it into the real world and he sees Will Ferrell and his son in a slow motion montage, like building Legos together, having a father-son moment. Is very strange. It's I don't know if Lego's like, we need more moments of showing that people should buy Legos.
Yeah, product placement. Pay me.
The whole
Right,
the whole movie.
Can we
is
work
that.
Legos into this movie?
The Lego movie? I think we can.
My two honorable mentions would be Jackass 3D.
Oh, yeah. So funny.
And Bernie, starring Jack Black.
Oh, yeah. I heard that
Maybe
movie was
his like finest just overall performance
I
in
don't
a
think
film.
I've ever seen that movie.
It's Richard Linklater, and it is sort of shot as kind of a half faux documentary, half live action thing. So it's kind of innovative in its storytelling, but also the opening scene is two old ladies on a porch talking shit about Shirley MacLaine's character.
She was just a mean, old, hateful bitch. Hey, there's just no other way to put it.
That is Matthew McConaughey's mother.
That's great.
And they're fucking great. And then Jack Black gets to do all of his Jack Black stuff. He gets to sing, he gets to be funny, do dramatic shit. Bernie is awesome. It's an underrated Linklater film.
And I will say, though, in terms of laughing in theater, nothing could beat the Jackass movies.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What
yeah.
about a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas?
The glasses didn't fit over my glasses.
It's overbooked.
Oh, yeah.
It's overbooked.
A very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
3D.
The Way of Water.
Yeah,
They
the
got
one-
Neil Patrick. That was a big get. They got Neil Patrick Harris back for that movie.
They did. They got NPH back for it.
That was at the height of How I Met Your Mother. He was expensive.
Harold and Avatar, The Way of Water.
That's top 5.
The Way of Kumar.
The Way of Kumar.
The 5th best grossing movie in 2012 was Medea's Witness Protection.
Yes, it was.
She rolled over and turned snitch, and people flocked to the theaters to see it.
The streets ain't been the same since. That's how they got Gunna. Medea went flip. She turned snitch like the man said.
Well, yeah, shout out to J. Michael McCall.
Mike McCall's a
Hilarious comedian.
I came up doing stand up with him in Birmingham.
Yeah, he's been on a couple episodes of the show. So, yeah, Mike's a great dude. Next up, Seth from Minnesota. This one wants to know, and I was immediately intrigued by this. Top 3 worst smells you've ever smelled.
Okay.
Our listeners are fun, man.
Stand-up comedians' cars.
That's not bad. I wanted to say honorable mention to burning sage. That's right near the top of my least favorite smells.
Burning sage.
That's because you're a demon.
I mean, maybe so. What I think is like incense, fine. Glade plugins, fine. Sage smells like you lit a hippie on fire. Like it smells like burning hair and bullshit.
Out of
how
all
we-
the intense.
That's how the voodoo priests know where the evil spirits lie.
So would you rather smell that or like a car fire that wafts over the wall next to us?
100% give me the car fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
sage?
Yeah. Burning tires, gasoline, all that shit.
I was gonna
is-
say, so are just like
Something's
generic
wrong with
stinky things like I mean like shit.
Yeah, well, no,
Like
but no,
feet,
this is
like-
this is things that you have specifically,
Like your 3 worst.
like the
smells.
times in
okay.
which you were like, oh my god, this is the worst.
That stank.
Yeah. And so it could be those things for sure. But
Okay.
yeah, so I'll tell you mine. My number 3, first thing that came to mind, January of 2009, me and some friends went to the inauguration of Barack Obama, and we were staying in a small hotel in Lanham, Maryland, at which point a friend who will go nameless removed his shoes, and we were like, you have to put those outside. Like, we had to put them in a bag in the hallway. They were just so fucked up. And
You can only laugh about it for so long. It's like, seriously, you got to go wash your fucking feet.
yeah, well, he did, and then we realized it's the fucking shoes.
Because he doesn't wear socks.
Yeah. Well, and and he's a runner, so he like runs in them and shit. And then those are the ones he brought. I was like, you're about to see the new president being inaugurated. Show some fucking respect, man. And also, so yeah,
That's the only reason to wear socks is because it ruins your shoes.
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
And
so
not wear socks.
yeah, so we
I
had
should
to.
have finished that thought.
Socks ruin shoes.
Yeah. This is also a guy we went to his house one time. He was really drunk, and my friend was helping him get into bed, and thought we should probably get him something to eat, so he has something in his stomach, so he'll be less drunk. And he went into the guy's cabinets, and the only edible food, all the food was expired, but the only edible food was ice cream cones, just the cones, no ice cream. And my man fed him raw ice cream cones. It's not a guy with his life together, but he's doing good now. Anyway, that's my buddy. Number 2. So my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Blake, great teacher. He got himself at some point a commercial driver's license so he could drive the school bus and take the class on mini trips. So he would just go. So we would do things like, go to the woods and look at bugs, or he took us to a radio station one time when we were learning about radio waves, and everybody got to pick out a song to play, which was fun. I believe I played My Own Worst Enemy by Lit to give you an idea of the time frame. So, and we went to the university and saw the wet storage of the radioactive cobalt-60 that they have. So it's just like a 70-foot deep pool with a glowing blue fucking ball of radiation in it. So he took us all these cool places. He also took us to the water and sewage treatment plant. And yeah, and it was like just literally the whole time was just a bad, horrible smell because it's just poop. And once they take it out of the water, they grate it out over a field. And as you're looking out over this field of shit, there are hundreds of tomato plants.
I'm sure the guy on the field trip was like, "This is my job. This is my actual job."
Literally, and we were all just like, dude, you work at a place where there's a separate pool just of condoms that people flush down the toilet. That was the one we remember, was just walking by a bunch of fucking scumbags floating in a pool. But yeah, they'd spread all the poop out, and there was lots of plants, and especially tomatoes growing out of them because people ate tomatoes and they got a lot of seeds.
Poo-maters.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is the worst. But my number 1, and any comedian who's done any stand-up comedy along the I-5 corridor knows exactly what I'm fucking talking about, and that is Ass Valley, which is what I call when you're driving from LA to San Francisco and you don't have the recirculating air on, and then all of a sudden your car is the most horrifying smell you've ever smelled. It's the most concentration of dairy farms in the state of California are in one spot, seemingly in the San Joaquin Valley, and for about an hour of driving time, it is just straight Duke.
Is that near Bakersfield?
Yeah, it's north of Bakersfield, south of Fresno, somewhere along that Interstate 5. And
Right when you get near Mendocino Farm.
Yeah, Mendocino Farms. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that's the top 3 for
That's
me.
called good. That's called America. You got a problem with America? That smells like God's country.
Smells like money.
Absolutely.
In Texas,
Untouched.
and this is a good one for me too. In Texas, there's cities that are combination cattle ranch bullshit, and the other half is oil drilling.
Good.
So,
2 tastes that taste great together.
So yeah, you just breathe in cancerous fumes every second of your life that you're in one of these towns. It smells like fucking death.
Yeah.
Literal shit, and then literal just like
Airborne
natural resources that should not be in the air.
Yeah, airborne toxic event.
Fucking awful.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a now closed Asian fish market and grocery store right around the corner from here.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah,
And
I smell it from my car.
and the inside of it is one thing. It's a crazy smell.
yeah.
However, the craziest smell is the dumpster, which is right next to the sidewalk. You have to walk by it. So when they're throwing away their old fish parts,
at the height of summer,
and they're throwing away the old fish parts. When the sun starts going down, it creeps right over the building, and the sun just hits the fish dumpster, and it just heats up the old expired fish. And
Jesus.
it's one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in my life, for sure.
Jesus.
Absolutely, 100%.
They still have that. There's like kind of a half dead mall in Eagle Rock that has the huge fish market in it. And went there once to get some shrimp, and there was like a crab escaping, but he had made it to the carpet of the mall. So we're just like walking past what used to be fucking Barnes and Noble or whatever, and there was just a crab escaping from this thing. I was like, well, we know it's fresh at least.
Free crab.
Yeah, free crab. Yeah, at that point, he stole himself. I didn't do it.
Yeah, so the fish. And I guess another thing would just be when I used to work in a kitchen, sometimes we get like 5-10 pound bags of like chicken breasts.
Oh, yeah.
Defrost them, and then you don't end up using a couple and they go bad.
Yeah.
When you open that chicken,
Ew.
that raw chicken smell, the whole bag just burps
spoiled
the
raw
smell.
chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just a, like, you'll instantly want to vomit smell.
Yeah.
It's so just rotten meat of any kind is generally terrible.
Yeah, well, chicken especially, just because there's less fat on it, so it starts going bad really fucking quick. Yeah, anytime you've got like just the tray that the chicken comes in, and you're in the summer in the trash can, it's like you got to take that trash out within like 6 hours, or it's gonna be fucked up. I was gonna say, as far as restaurants go, anytime they clean the grease trap, Jesus.
that's a bad day to be scheduled. if they're doing it.
Yeah, what you got, Carter?
Okay, number 3. God, mine are all over the place. Number 3. One time, my friend was cooking scallops on a pan, and that's a fucked up smell. It's I don't know. I don't know. It just smells like fucking.
Those were bad scallops.
Yeah, they were bad scallops, and he like kept going. Like he just like. And he was like, "Nah, it's supposed to smell like that."
No, it's not. It's not,
dude. Yeah,
Ever.
That's why.
And I was like,
restaurants that serve that don't smell like that.
yeah, that's. I figured it's like, oh, scallops just smell like farts. I guess.
No.
Well, now I know that. Learning a lot from this segment.
Yeah.
Number 2, I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast before, but probably. I feel. I don't know, that one time they found a dead guy in the apartment next to me.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that story.
And they were his like lawn had grown over his fence. And they were like, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and show his place. And they showed his place. And then we heard the lady giving the tour go, ah! Like from our apartment. She ran out and they found dude dead in his bathroom.
Yeah.
He'd been dead for a while.
Yeah.
And they pulled him out, and he had like rigor mortis, and he was underneath like the. They were pulling him into the hearse or whatever.
So they couldn't lay flat in a body bag. He was just in a.
He was like hunched over in the body bag.
They wrapped him like a fucking armoire.
Oof! I will never forget that smell. That is, it's sweet.
Yeah.
But it's hot like garbage.
Yeah.
Which is, I hope people are eating and listening to this podcast. Number 1, just because it was funny and recent. So there's this guy who was at work who was kind of on the way out or something like that. Like, I don't know, he was kind of getting in trouble or whatever. And they were starting to have a lot of these like nighttime events.
Like the sound baths.
Stuff like that. And concerts and stuff. And I like to think that he was in charge of also getting the porta potties pumped. and he did it in the middle of he's like, oh, looks like I forgot to do that, and he got them to come pump the porta potties in the middle of this show.
Fantastic!
And it was wafting over everyone. And, it was outdoors, and it was just pungent. I mean, this is a very busy bar.
This is a swanky wine bar in a swanky part of town.
But people get fucked up there. I mean,
it's all the right people to assault with this.
They're supposed to get it pumped in the middle, early in the morning.
Right.
Because it's a pungent smell for 20, 30 minutes.
Right, of course.
And even through how blasted a lot of people were at this thing, they'd been drinking all day. They were still Jesus, it smells like shit. I mean, it was fucking. So that was pretty funny.
Oh Jesus!
And on the off chance that I text you later, nervous about edit this out. I don't know.
The Flappers bathrooms.
Those weren't that bad.
Yeah.
You have not been to Flappers in 10 years.
Not since I've been fired from there, baby.
What you got, Quincy?
Dumpster juice.
Dumpster juice. Yeah.
No matter where you go in the country, dumpster juice it's prevalent, and you know it when you smell it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You smell it before you see it.
I was gonna say there's something about it though in a humid environment in the summer where that
Even
smell just
in the cold,
carries
dumpster
faster.
juice will fucking hit your nose.
Yeah, that's true.
It's fragrant.
That's God's coffee. You know what I mean? It's a special brew.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cocktail. Yeah. Oof.
There's me personally. This is a personal smell. Vagina 2016. I was at a show, ended up drunk, fingered this chick, and my hand stank for 4 days after multiple washings.
Supposed to wash with tomato juice. I think.
A funk you couldn't. It stayed. I thought it was in the skin. You know what I mean?
It seeped into your pores.
Yeah, it was. It was a bad. It was a rough summer for me. That's when I was like, I got to start doing better shows.
Yeah.
It stuck with me. And then relaxed woman bowel movements are always terrible because women are weird. They always hold on to a lot of stress and they don't poop properly because they want to be cute when they poop for some odd reason in public. It's so weird. They never let loose until they're comfortable in home. And it's a disaster area. Those are my 3 worst smells.
Oh man. Well, shout out to Seth from Minnesota. Thank you so much for that question. If you have top 3s that you would like us to opine upon, please tweet at us at The Goods Pod.
Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? Ooh, that smell. The smell that's around you.
Fellas, we have time for just one more segment, and to keep our Royal Rumble theme going, we had the Pitch Black Mountain Dew. I figure we might as well share a little bit of YouTube comments from the musical guest of the Royal Rumble, terrible country artist Hardy. This is his song Rednecker.
He's one of he's a neo country artist.
Was this the song from the Rumble?
No, so
Okay.
This is the song he did in the Thunderdome when that was still going on, when WWE didn't
okay.
have crowds, so they just had a bunch of fucking screens
Which
everywhere.
was some of the best wrestling.
Yeah, it was, weirdly, because they had to fill time and not, do dumb shit. But they did have this guy. And I was trying to figure out, this is from the album This Old Boy, and I was trying to figure out if this song, what it appears to have happened is this is some sort of parody of Bro Country. I think he knows what he's doing, because the chorus is my town's smaller than your town. He's kind of making fun of the genre, but he's not doing the Wheeler Walker thing where he's putting enough comedy in there to where people who aren't perceptive are going to be like, hey, now, is he making
You're
fun of
giving
us?
this guy way too
Oh,
much
no, I
credit.
think I'm not. I think I'm not. Because this is indeed for people who are hell yeah. And I think at some level he is kind of just being ironic. But
I've seen him on the billboard off Fountain in Hollywood.
uh-huh.
He's the guy he's wearing one contact that's whites out his iris. And
no, he's a fucking nerd-looking guy with glasses, and he.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Oh, is it the same guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, well, and he dresses kind of cool, I guess, or what he thinks is kind of cool. You know, he's got flat bills and that kind of shit.
It was dressed kind of goth on the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, the billboard gives kind of some goth vibes.
Yeah, maybe that's his newer stuff. This is from 2018 is when this came out. But at any rate, let us get down into these YouTube comments and see what the people have to say about Rednecker Than You by Hardy. First up, Brian Belgard from 2 years ago. So while crisis comes up, Bitcoin climbs, LOL. Now I say crypto is better than stock. Investing in crypto should be in every wise individual's to-do list. It's like, yep.
I love that anyone's allowed to be on the internet.
I know, yeah, oh, yeah.
This is the most open of open mics. The comment section
Never closes. No drink minimum.
I got 9 likes on this comment. I'm killing.
I should do this professionally.
That's how it starts. Literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also like that that's just from 2 years ago. He's like, everyone should get Bitcoin. I don't see if this ain't gonna go wrong at all. This is a great idea. Kyle Archer from 3 years ago. Hey Hardy, next time you're in Corinth, come smoke some pot, you fuck.
Oh yeah, he's just a friend like you or me, man. Come smoke some weed, Hardy, dude. We're chill.
Yeah, you fuck.
You fuck. That's my favorite part. Mike Coker from 3 years ago. People need to shut the fuck up and get drunk and be thankful. Play in the mud. Go mattress riding. Sit in a pile of mud. So in the video, he's in a truck and he's pulling a guy on a mattress behind them on the truck through the mud, which I guess is the thing that happens. I don't know. I grew up in the South. I never saw some shit like that. But anyway, it says, go mattress riding, sit in a pile of mud while a truck rips it up. Sounds like a good time to me. Sounds like a way to break your ankle. Corey Rowe from 1 year ago. And at some point, he's holding up a can of Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen dip. And this guy says, Grizzly Long Cut Wintergreen didn't exist when I was a boy. It was Skull or Copenhagen, unless you were a pussy and dipped Kodiak. Where's my old school players at? Yeah. And he spelled school Skool, which I think that makes it, I think it was like an ad or something for Skull where they spelled it like that, but I don't know. Taylor Havran from 3 years ago. I love how he drives a Ford, which is the cheapest piece of shit out there. And it's crazy how country music has gotten this way. Still listen to this than Luke Bryan or all the other pussy suckers who write song about woman. Woman. Spelled WOMON, who are much more important to us.
Woman, you gotta be a woman. You gotta do the woman. Is it that Wolf Mother song?
Yeah. Travis Sleep from 3 months ago. Yeah, I got the chorus the first time. I'm a smart man, but I don't mind hearing it again and again. Yeehaw!
He's a lyrical genius about this song.
Whenever someone declares exactly how intelligent they are, you know, you're dealing.
I am a
magical person.
Yeah. I am a smart man. I understood this chorus that is in the language I speak and write and read.
I'm a smart man.
Being that I am smart.
Just so you know, as I tap on you, I'm not one of you internet idiots. I'm a smart man, period.
This guy's dates don't really line up, but we'll see. Old school from 1 year ago. I grew up in a small town, Rockford, Tennessee, just outside of Knoxville, Blount County. I was the guy that crossed the tracks to play real backyard football in the 70s. I've been in the Marine Corps for a while.
That means with the Browns.
Yeah, but even if that's true, he then goes to say, I've been in the Marine Corps for a while. I was like, so your career, or because otherwise you should be way too old, unless you got a fucking desk job. But I can't wait to come home. I love this song. If this ain't country, you don't know where to kiss it. Or you know where to kiss it, rather.
The 70s, like the avenues or the streets.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's I'm giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But then I don't know.
Oh, he just did the open mic thing where he made a local reference and no one gets it.
Right. Yeah.
Folk from the neighborhood know what I'm talking about. This kills on the 70s. In the 60s, they get it.
Go to 74th Street. Talk about this shit.
Yeah. You know what happens there? You're like, no, I don't. Scott Wisnant from 3 years ago. Personally, I can't listen to this song without getting irritated. Hardy's from Philadelphia.
That makes four of us. Yeah.
Why is he irritated?
Hardy is from Philadelphia, Mississippi. A 12.22 square mile town with a population of 7,300 people.
That's huge.
I live in a town.
Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's like Paris, Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's a fraud.
Athens,
Talking about
Athens,
a small
Georgia.
town.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know this was a Philly dude.
He says, I live in a town that's 7.57 square miles with a population of 6,900 people. There are towns smaller than his with less population. I don't care for people who act like they live in the smallest town in their song.
I don't care for small town.
I don't care for small town cosplay.
Yeah, well, it's the reason I mentioned that up top. It's because he mentions, like, my town's smaller than your town. And I'm like, I think that's a joke. But this guy's like, no, my town is 6.25 square miles. And you're like, okay, chill out. Brandon Little from 3 years ago, he drives an EcoBoost truck. My mom loves hers. It's got the little step rails that raise and lower and a sunroof.
For a woman.
Yeah, well, that's where he's going.
For a woman.
He says, ridiculous what they consider a truck nowadays. First, they made men soft, and when we didn't all puss out, they started making our damn trucks soft. Sooner or later, they'll make our guns non-lethal and our backer nicotine-free.
Our backer.
He calls it backer. B-A-C-K-E-R.
Oh, I'm adding that to my resume.
My backer. My backer's going to be nicotine-free.
Some of that chewing backer.
Rolling backer.
If the wokes come for my backer, I bet half the dudes in the U.S. could get their ass kicked by their girlfriend. What the hell is going on with this world? You're like, nobody.
You need to get a real truck, the kind that bounces up and down so hard you get CTE.
The only real truck, Gravedigger. My truck's got to be able to jump at
They
least 15
pussified
cars.
your truck with brakes and suspensions,
Airbags,
all kinds of testing. They gave me a frame and the grace of the good Lord.
No oil gauge.
Got a couple more here. Mark Keith Sr. from 1 month ago. Love this song. I sing all time. I have a question for Hardy. Brother, can I have permission to sing this song? I know we have to for permission. Have a great day and may God bless y'all.
Permission to sing it where?
I guess just in his shower, in his free time.
Shoot, man. Way to shoot your shot, bro.
Yeah.
I hope Hardy replied, man. I hope you're not sitting by the phone waiting on that reply to do this performance.
Like, there's a crawfish boil. I want to sing the song. I would
can't
like your
go up
blessing.
yet, Mama. I'm waiting on Hardy to thumbs up but comment.
Cop 'em rights, Mama. Cop 'em right.
I can't do the song karaoke by legal reasons because Hardy is not giving me permission. So no, I will not perform it.
You can't see me put on my spangled hoodie and do my little dance at my funeral. Lone Eagle from 2 years ago. I ain't saying fuck your food stamps and government assistance, but I will sleep outside where I work. I ain't no fucking pussy. I used to do this all the time before I met you. I'm like, the fuck is he talking to?
Before I met you, Hardy.
Yeah. So you must have forgotten the way I was living. So when you say I ain't shit, I'm going to be respectful and not even say anything back to you. So do me a favor and don't stalk me like all your new friends. I could be successful and write my book without any of you. I'm like, I want all the context for this.
I'm going to follow him online.
I was going to say, Lone Eagle, you got a new fan?
Lone Eagle, I'm going to follow you on YouTube tonight, bro. I hope your content is popping.
This song, by the way, makes reference to quote unquote killing a copperhead or two. So there's like snakes involved. M from 1 year ago. Funny story about copperheads. My family was at my grandma's house for the holidays, and I was in the shower when all of a sudden I hear yelling, and I come out of the bathroom, and there's a freaking copperhead outside the bathroom door. I scream, and my mama yells at my pawpaw to get his gun because my daddy was at work, and we get it
People
out.
have access to YouTube.
We get it out, and he shoots it. I was crying the whole time because I was 9. I'm like, you don't fire a gun in the house at a snake.
Wait.
Get a fucking hoe out of the shed.
You mean to tell me this person listened to this song in their everyday life, heard him say Copperhead,
Yeah.
got on to YouTube?
Yeah.
This song makes me think about Copperheads. I hope it make you think about Copperhead too. I'm commenting about Copperheads in the comments, so hopefully we'll got Copperhead Club.
And also, it's like, makes me think about the time we executed a copperhead with a 30-06 in my bathroom hallway. And you're like, just hit it with the fucking
I gotta say,
garden implement.
that's a pretty good shot. A moving, slithering snake.
It's unnecessary in a house. Anyway.
I don't know. I mean, he should have used like a.
Copperheads are poisonous as fuck. I'd rather shoot that some bitch than risk getting near it to try to slice it up.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know.
I'd rather put it into like a guillotine and that whole. I mean, I'd make a production out of killing it.
Yeah, or I don't know. Put a bucket on top of. There's
You
ways.
still gotta get close with a bucket. That motherfucker snap. Ooh, Ooh, buddy.
And finally, Selma Lee from 12 days ago. So this person's just out there. This video reminds me of when I was younger. LOL. I'm only 35, but shooting up my cousin's car with paintballs while he did donuts in the field. That car, it wasn't legal to drive on the main roads, and we're out in the country. We drove that thing until the wheels literally fell off. And then we took a backhoe and we buried the car in the backyard. We raced through.
Must have been burying for hours.
It's like fucking.
Who did they
it's
kill?
It's like Chris Pine and Hell in High Water. They jumped driving into a hole
They
in the
killed
ground.
a teenager and buried that car.
His cousin killed someone. And you're like, it would be funny if we buried this entire car.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? We love driving this car. We need to bury it.
Then weirdly, after he says he buried it, he says we raced that poor car on 4 donuts again, back roads, almost slamming into my aunt's barbed wire fence. He says,
Almost slamming into my aunt.
Yeah.
Period. Good end of story.
mudding with my uncle on what's known in our small town as Rabbit's Run, a.k.a. the muddin' spot. I remember when I went to work after. My cousin, who till this day is my neighbor, showed up in his gator, and we rode the pond and slammed into a bale of hay. I went into work with mud in my hair, a busted lip, and a huge gash on my forehead. I wasn't late, though.
That's a concussion, Brett.
And I love that one because I love the image of someone sitting at a fucking boring desk job covered in mud, and there's just blood just dripping on the keyboard, and they're like, you sure you don't need to go to the hospital? Like, hell no.
He just works at the local fucking gas station.
Oh, I know. I know. It's funnier to imagine that it's like an insurance company or something.
And that person is a tax-paying citizen with the right to vote.
But
God bless America.
Absolutely. And that is Hardy, Rednecker Than You, our jam of the week. Quincy, where can people find you on the internet?
At Quincy Johnson II on all social media, including the ones I don't use because I just like having rights to my name.
No, you got to. Hey, I'm on Snapchat and TikTok for the same reason. Never use it, but you can't take my shit.
I'm still on Periscope.
Periscope. I didn't even know which one that is.
I think
I never deleted it from my old phone, so it's just
can
there.
you still get on there?
Nah.
I was going to say, I think it merged with Twitter,
That
right?
shit's dead.
Twitter bought it, yeah.
But just in case it pops back up. You know,
Yeah.
I still have Vine. I don't know.
Man. Periscope, ill-timed. If they had come out like closer towards the pandemic, then maybe Zoom wouldn't have gotten huge, but that's the way it shook out. Well, thank you so much for being here, Quincy.
Appreciate you having me, guys.
Carter, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Carter_Glasscock on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm going to have a show at the wine bar called Rosenthal Wine Bar and Patio this February 16th.
All right.
If you're in the LA area, it'll be fun. We got Rob Hayes and
Fuck
MK
yeah.
Paulson and Amy Silverberg. And,
Okay.
Oh, those are all terrible people.
I was going to say, I never had Amy on here, but MK and Rob Hayes, both friends of the pod.
yeah, friends of the podcast,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Rob
and,
Hayes.
and Josh Florhog, who's on the podcast.
Oh,
as well,
fucking
too.
A. Oh, man, I love Josh. Yeah.
But yeah, so come on out to that, and that's it.
And if you haven't, go to YouTube and type in Carter Glasscock Laugh After Dark.
Oh yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead and give that video a like, leave a comment, and then let me know you did that, and I'll send you a sticker, no charge.
Oh,
Nice.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah,
Has that
get
been
the word.
working? Are
We've
people
got
doing that?
I've been checking it in low moments, being like, "Does anyone like me?" And like 5 people do.
You should fake your own death.
There you go. There you go.
I'm working on it.
Sam, where can people find you online?
Slam Harder on Twitter and TikTok. Sam Harder 666 on Instagram.
All right. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And if you happen to be in the Los Angeles area for WrestleMania, we're going to be doing WPW Wrestling Pro Wrestling returns to the Burbank Moose Lodge Thursday, March 30th. I'm going to be doing commentary with friend of the show, Eric Barnes. Lots of great stuff. That show is called WrestleMania. Speaking of the nice guys, a Russell Crowe themed rustling show right before WrestleMania. So come out and check that out. The best way to support the show, head over to patreon.com/thegoods-pod. Second best way to support the show, head to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. Show that attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, Daddy, we're going to jump through some cheerleaders and do a disappointing dive onto a mat. The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.